Welcome to the first official episode of Dave's Decisions. I'm thrilled to kick off this YouTube channel. I've been wanting to do this for a while. This is going to be mostly beer reviews, but we might throw in some wine, cigars, food, you never know. Maybe we'll do some on-the-spot location reviews, but most of them will probably be taking place here in my house. Now, some of you may have seen how we do these reviews on my Facebook channel. Some of you may not. So just to give you an idea, I like to open up a beer. First, we try it out of the can. Then we pour it, try it out of the glass. We do this because I have found that sometimes the flavor profile is different. And that's something that I'll talk about during the reviews themselves. I also give it a rating. Now, my rating's very unofficial. We do the old Roman style, where it's either thumbs up or thumbs down. Generally, it's somewhere between up and down. It's not totally up or down. I sometimes switch it up and do a 1 to 5 star rating, 4, 3, what have you. But usually I'm gonna be sticking to the 86, 92, very unofficial. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So the first beer we're going to review is one that is probably my top 3 favorite beers ever. We've got New Glarus Spotted Cow, only sold in Wisconsin, only place you can get it. For those of you that have been lucky enough to have it, you know this is pure gold. I've never met somebody who's had it and went, I don't like it. Everybody who's had it seems to fall in love with it. Now, I'm lucky enough to have a couple friends who live in the area. So they send me a couple bottles from time to time. And hint, hint to those friends, this is my last can I have in stock. So if you're feeling generous, go ahead and send it on my way. So if you're not familiar, Spotted Cows by New Glarus, which is New Glarus, Wisconsin. This is employee owned. And like I said, they only sell it in Wisconsin. So let's go ahead and crack it open. Oh, it's a great sound. Now, if you're curious, this is an ale, 12 ounces. The percentage on this bad boy would be, wow, I don't know. You would think I would have looked that up ahead of time. And I currently cannot find it on the can, but I'll put it in the description. In fact, all these beers, I'll be leaving information in the description below. So let's give it a sip. Nice, mellow, soft on the palate, not overwhelming. Little notes of grass to it. Just absolutely amazing drinkable beer. I think you could probably drink several of these in a row and not get tired of it. It's the kind of beer you want to have with your friends, perhaps at a wedding. Just an overall nice, grassy flavor to it. So let's go ahead and pour. All right, get the can set up there so you can see it. All right, so nice bit of head on there. Nice golden color. Moderate carbonation to it. Camera doesn't pick up the carbonation too well. Right off the nose, fresh. Just a nice fresh ale. You can tell it's crafted and manufactured with the highest quality ingredients. Nothing generic about this beer. Now, as far as can versus the glass, very little change in flavor. I would enjoy it either in the can or in the glass. This beer, it's very rare for me to say this, but this beer, for Dave's Decisions, whoop, a 100. That's why we started the initial episode with this beer. We're kicking off with 100. So if you are passing through Wisconsin, if you have friends in Wisconsin, have them send you this beer. You must try it. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this, and we'll be back with our next beer momentarily. Okay, beer number 2 for the review today. We've got a beer coming from San Diego, California by the Abnormal Brewing Company. I have not had this beer before. I have had beers by Abnormal before. I tend to be very disappointed by their beers. The descriptions sound amazing, but when it comes to the actual beer, I find it a little lackluster. I'm hoping this key lime pie, Briner Weiss, will get the seal of approval. I'm a huge fan of key lime pie. I've had quite a few different key lime pie beers before. This one in particular is using vanilla, cinnamon, and key lime juice. It's coming in at 6.8%. So I'm very excited for it. I have hope. I have high hopes. Don't let me down. Please, Abnormal, do not let me down. So let's crack it open. All right. So out of the can, the nose, very little to the nose, a little key lime. Let's give it a sip. Oh, that's good. Oh. Okay. Abnormal Brewing Company, you did it. You got a winner. You finally made a beer that I like. I'm pretty excited to pour this in a glass. So, as I said previously, we always try out of the can first and then pour it in the glass. A lot of times, the flavor in the can is a lot stronger because it's more concentrated. Once you pour the beer, it tends to mellow out a bit. Some beers are actually brewed specifically to be enjoyed in a can, where others are brewed to be poured in a glass. I find it's personal preference. I don't necessarily go one way or the other. There are some beers that I enjoy both in the beer and the can, just like the new Glarus we tried. So far in the can, I'm a fan. Let's get it poured. All right. That's a good pour right there. Stick the can there so you can see. All right. It's a nice little cloudiness to it. Good head. Can't really tell, but doesn't look that carbonated. Again, off the nose, you get more lime, and you can start to smell the pie portion. I think it's the vanilla that's standing out. Let's give it a sip. Now, right away, it's very tasty, very tasty. I can tell you right now, I did prefer it in the can. I like certain beers to have a more punch in the face, concentrated, potent flavor. This one gets a little too watery for my preference when you pour it in a glass. It's nice and clean finish to it. The lime is not as strong in the glass as opposed to the can. Once again, that's not a bad thing. This is just my personal preference. You definitely have a nice vanilla aftertaste. It finishes on the palate with really nice vanilla. Yeah, just a little bit of sourness to it, a little bit of tang. I would say it tastes more like a key lime pie in the can than in the glass. I'm probably gonna let this warm up a little bit because I think the flavor might become a little bit softer and mellower. It might get more pie-esque. We're gonna make up words on this channel as well. So I want this beer to be more pie-esque, thus having pie qualities. Hey, I never said this was professional. This is me having fun. So, in this instance, it's gonna get 2 ratings. In the can, that's a solid 90. That's a 90. I think that's a 90. Looks like a 90 to me. I don't know. In the glass, I'm gonna drop it down to about 82. So it loses at least 8 points. I'm being maybe a little generous in the glass, but the can is definitely much higher. I would say it's more of a 10-point difference. So let's give this a 92 and we'll give this one an 82. Very scientific here, people. Come on. Oh, so I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy the Abnormal Brewing Company's Key Lime Pie. Good job. I know I'd be very shocked if they ever saw this review. If they see this review, you know what? Thumbs up, guys. You did it. You made me a believer in your company. I was not a believer previously. So, all right, I'm gonna drink this and then we'll be back with another 3rd installment for this episode. Okay, 3rd and last beer for the first ever Dave's Decision YouTube episode. We're sticking with Abnormal. I was so impressed with that last one, the key lime pie, that we're gonna try their lemon meringue pie. Now, I gotta say, I'm pretty jazzed about this. The key lime was so good. I've got a lot of butterflies and excitement for this one. Now, this particular beer is using vanilla, cinnamon, and lemon zest. We already know they're from San Diego, California. This one's also coming in at 6.8%. So let's crack it open. Ooh, that one seems to have been a little more shooken up and carbonated than the last one, but that's okay. It's really full. It's like overfilled. The can's really overfilled. Off the nose, wow, you get a nice icy lemon scent. To me, it smells almost like a lemon sorbet, like a nice cold lemon sorbet. Icy. Oh, wow, is that good. It hits you with a little wee bit of sourness, a little bit of sweetness, and the nice creamy vanilla kicks in there. Oh, this is awesome. This beer, wow, I gotta tell you. I thought the key lime pie was good. Oh no, this blows the key lime pie out of the water. Smooth. This is, it may say lemon meringue pie, but to me, this is like almost an Italian ice, lemon Italian ice, lemon gelato. Oh, it's so good. We're only gonna pour part of it in the glass and try it because I'm enjoying this in the can so much. We'll see how it compares. If it's just as good, we'll pour the whole thing in the glass. This is an amazing, amazing beer so far. Let's go ahead and set that there so everybody can see it. Off the nose, in the glass. First off, fairly carbonated, very light in color. Head is good, pretty average amount there. Wow, it's like limoncello in this glass. Oh my goodness, that smells so good. Once again, just like the key lime pie, when you take it and you pour it in the glass, it mellows it out. It's not as strong, it's more watery. It doesn't have as much flavor to it. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just I prefer the stronger, more potent, punchy in the face than what the glass can deliver with this particular beer. This is way more relaxing. This has almost something about it reminds me almost of a white wine Gewürztraminer. It's got that residual sugar in it. It's more crisp and clean, more limoncello flavor, whereas this is more of that, like I said, a lemon gelato, Italian ice, just something about it. So, two different experiences again. I'm gonna say if you're laying out by the pool, pour this in a glass. If you are not laying by the pool and you're in the pool, have this one. I don't know why. If you're cooking out, have this one. This is more of a, I'm gonna sip it, I'm gonna chill type drink. This one here is a little bit more of a party in a can. They're both great. So Dave's decisions on this particular beer. Let's first go with the glass. I'm gonna say that's a solid, I think it's about an 85. Does that look like 85 to you? Once again, no official knowing of where it is. Perhaps I need to create like a little animation. I don't know. I'm gonna say in the glass, it's an 85. This is really good. Now, this is excellent. I'm gonna clock this in at a solid 98. That's pretty high in my book. It takes a lot to crack over 95. I know it may not seem like it, seeing how we kicked off Dave's Decisions premiere review with Spotted Cow at 100. We did that on purpose. This beer, oh man, I'm gonna be buying a lot more of this and definitely stocking my fridge for summer. It's a winner. So I hope everybody enjoyed this first premiere episode of Dave's Decisions. Please, I want you to comment, what did you like? What did you not like? What do you want to see? What can I do to help you, the viewer? This is just something fun that I'm putting together that I enjoy. Many of you, well, I don't say many of you, some of you have seen these reviews before just as friends, and you've encouraged me to do this, and I thank all of you for doing that, especially my wife. She's been very, very, very influential in pushing me to do this. So I'm going to be that generic YouTuber that says, hey, please subscribe below. I'm also going to tell you that in the description below, or in the area below, I'll put a description of the beers. Yeah, that's about all I got for you. We're gonna go ahead and get this posted and start working on episode number 2. I'm thinking about doing this maybe weekly. So once again, thank you. Cheers.